Good evening, visitors. Welcome to the Australian War Memorial's last post ceremony. My name is Nathan Boyd, and joining us today from the Royal Australian Navy is Petty Officer Benjamin Hale. This evening, we are honoured to acknowledge Colonel Hasiful Hassan, Chief Medical Officer, Royal Brunei Armed Forces, and Brigadier Isaac Seidel, Director General, Operational Health, Australian Defence Force, and the accompanying delegation. We welcome the veterans who have served, those that are still serving, and the families that love and support them. We acknowledge the members of RSL Services Clubs Association, RSL Victoria, and RSL Queensland who are watching the broadcast of this ceremony across Australia. During this evening's ceremony, wreaths will be laid at the base of the pool of reflection by visitors to the memorial. If you're able, please stand and join in singing the national anthem. If you're able, please be seated. The Australian War Memorial was a vision of Charles Bean, Australia's First World War official historian. Bean landed with the Australian troops on Gallipoli and stayed with them at the front through to the end of the war. The idea of this national memorial and museum came to him at Pozières, France, in the depths of the bloody fighting of 1916. Bean's idea was that this would be a place where family and friends could mourn loved ones buried in faraway places. It would also be a place that could help all Australians understand what these men and women had endured and what they had done for us. Bean's vision, to which we remain true, is best expressed as inscribed in the entrance to the memorial's galleries. Here is their spirit, in the heart of the land they loved. And here we guard the record which they themselves made. Tonight, we'll read the story behind just one of those on the Roll of Honour, which lists the names of more than 102,000 men and women who gave their lives for us in war and on operation for more than a century. But first, we present a lament, Flowers of the Forest. Wreaths or floral tributes will now be laid at the base of the pool of reflection.
Today we remember and pay tribute to Private William Clarence Bennie. William Bennie was born in Hawker, South Australia, the son of John and Annie Bennie. Known as Wally, he attended state schools at North Akaba and Lees Creek before going on to work as a farmer. Bennie enlisted in the Australian Imperial Force at Adelaide on the 1st of May 1916. Allotted to reinforcements to the 27th Battalion, he embarked from Adelaide on the troop ship Ballarat in mid-August. Arriving in England in late September, he continued on to France, arriving in Etaples in mid-November. He entered isolation hospital towards the end of the month, suffering from mumps, and in December was transferred to a hospital in Boulogne. After some time recovering at a convalescent depot, he joined his unit on the 8th of January 1917. At this time, the 7th Brigade, which included the 27th Battalion, moved into the Lassars sector. On the 2nd of March, Bennie was involved in an attack north of Wallencourt. The initial assault captured some ground, but the Germans completed a successful outflanking move, which threatened to take the momentum out of the attack. As reinforcements were brought up, the 27th Battalion linked up with the 26th Battalion and established a new trench line, capturing a number of prisoners in the process. William Bennie was initially reported wounded in action on the 3rd of March 1917. But on the 10th of April, his parents received news that in fact he had been killed. He was 24 years old. A memorial service was held in Streaky Bay Methodist Church in his honour. Today, his remains lie in Wallencourt, British Cemetery, under the inscription chosen by his grieving family. Loving son of J. and A. Bennie, Streaky Bay, thy will be done. His name is listed on the roll of honour on my right, amongst almost 62,000 Australians who died while serving in the First World War. His photograph is displayed today beside the pool of reflection. This is but one of the many stories of service and sacrifice told here at the Australian War Memorial. We now remember Private William Clarence Bennie, who gave his life for us, for our freedoms, and in the hope of a better world.
Please stand for the reading of the Ode and the sounding of the last post.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
lest we forget.
Lest we forget. We leave you this evening with the words of the memorial's founder, Charles Bennie. Many a man lying out there at Pozières or in the low scrubber Gallipoli with his poor, tired senses barely working through the fever of his brain has thought in his last moments, well, it's over. But in Australia, they will be proud of this. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, that concludes the last post ceremony. On behalf of the Director and staff, thank you for your visit to the Australian War Memorial today and for your continued support of the Memorials Development Project. We wish you all a very pleasant evening.